Forget about that Campbell's condensed soup. I'm gonna show you how to make easy, creamy clam chowder without any flour. Before we get started, look at all the ingredients to this Campbell's New England Clam Chowder soup. Many chemicals, additives, and vegetable oils. First thing we're gonna do is peel about a pound of yellow potatoes. You can use Yukon, Idaho potatoes work too. After they're peeled, we're gonna cut them into 1-inch chunks. If you feel like they're big, we're actually going to be blending them, half of them, and that's what's going to give that creamy texture. Okay, potatoes done. Now we've got 3 stalks of celery. We're going to finely chop them. I've got shallots here. You can also use a small onion. We're going to finely chop that as well. Finely chop the shallots or onion. Now we've got our finely chopped shallots or onion, finely chopped celery, and our 1-inch cut yellow potatoes. Put the potatoes in a saucepan, cover it with 1 cup of milk and 1 cup of heavy cream. Add a pinch of salt and some freshly ground black pepper. Make sure all the potatoes are submerged. Once this comes to a boil, turn down the heat, partially cover it, and let it simmer for about 15 minutes or until tender. Now that the potatoes are tender, I'm going to use a slotted spoon and put half of the potatoes in the blender. Then I'm going to pour all of the liquid, the cream and milk, into the blender and blend until smooth. Next, we're going to preheat a pot. I've got some lard in here. Bacon grease. You could also use ghee or butter as well. I'm going to throw in my shallots, celery, and thyme in there. Got about a sprig of thyme or half a teaspoon of dried thyme. Once everything is tender, we're going to add a cup of chicken stock, that potato cream puree, the other half of the potato chunks, a 10-ounce bag of organic frozen corn. Give everything a stir. We're also going to throw in 2 bay leaves. Then I'm going to add the liquid from the drained canned clams. The last thing we're going to do is add, of course, the clams. I've got 2 10-ounce cans of baby clams. I rinsed them to make sure there's no shells. That's the last thing you want to add, because if you overcook them, they're going to get, they're already cooked and they're just going to get a little tough. So that's the last thing you add here. So I'm going to add 2 pinches of salt. Give it a stir. Add some freshly ground black pepper. Everything smells so good. Now we're going to turn off the heat. Serve it up. Look how creamy the chowder is. No flour required. Oh me, oh my. Yum, oh. Let's give it a taste. Smells so good. I could really smell that thyme. It's cold out here, so this is gonna definitely warm me up. I'm actually gonna put some more salt in it. Got my Redmond Real Salt. Use the discount code in the description, 15% off of Redmond Real Salt and all Redmond products. Do not be afraid of salt. Salt is great for digestion, for fasting, increases energy. Many benefits with salt, so do not be afraid to salt your food. Salt always brings out the flavor. I love getting the sweet bite from the corn. If you don't like corn, you could totally omit it. If you can't have any flour or gluten, this is a great way to have creamy soup. Other things you can add to this chowder is smoked whitefish, mussels, any kind of seafood you like. But this is such a simple soup, has great fat in it, using butter, lard to cook it all in it, heavy cream, delicious whole milk, super hearty and healthy. I hope you give this recipe a try. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about this recipe, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. And I'll see you in the next video. Happy eating.